Clubhouse, I'll be more in it.
No, that's right.
I'm off until it's on, and then
you're traffic, bro. Yeah, pretend you did. Hey, you can start the
NY, the AZ is SVO. Jokes aside, the realest when you hear it coming from the Eric Bernal show is Scottsdale. Very own, get your phone and hear a call. We going.
Welcome to another episode of the Eric Bernal show. We're back in Arizona, and I'm back from Austin, gayer than ever, and I'll explain that to you a little bit further. I'm wearing shades because they cost me $39, and Instagram is a hoax, and they definitely do get you. I thought this was not going to come in the mail, but it did come in. Our guest today, blur him out, Gatsby, while he's next to me right here. You can put a side-by-side video and just blur him out for the time being. Gotcha. Our guest, man, we've met a couple years ago. Never really got to talk because music is always blaring in his ears and in mine. Ladies and gentlemen, the very talented Tino Cochino. Give it up, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, it's
everyone calm down.
Yeah, Gatsby. Do a louder audience, Gatsby. One with black people. Yeah. All right. Dude, black people are the best audience if you're good.
I always wonder, like, when it comes to, bro, I'm a huge stand-up fan, by the way. Like
dope.
Diehard. I love it. And I always, the one thing, I mean, a ton of things I respect about it, but one of the main things is the fact that there's nothing to back you up. Like, it's literally you. You know what I'm saying?
This
You're
ain't no
out
TikTok.
there, and it's just, if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. And when it does, you feel that energy, bro.
Yeah,
and I've always wondered, like, I was just talking to Donnell Rawlings about it.
Yeah,
like, when it comes to different crowds, do you prefer earlier or later shows? Now, I would assume later because they're more drunk and probably more fun, but that could be more like heckle vibe or heckler vibes.
Great question. Every comic I work with dreads the late show.
Really? Because of everyone being fucked up?
Because everyone is drunk. It never starts on time. So if it says 9:30, 9:45, it's starting at 10:30. People are riled up. They've been drinking since dinner time, and they are ready to go, man. With that, it's like, well, the opposite is Mexican people or Hispanic, Latino. You know, I say Mexican because we're in Arizona, but Latinos in general, they get lit. I performed at the Miami Improv. You would have thought it was prom. There's women that are dressed to the nines. They're ready to, like, go out, hang out, let it hang out. Everyone, there's drug dealers, there's entrepreneurs, I mean, and there's everybody there. Everybody's really, 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 really amazing. But for the people that don't know you, where do you work? What do you do? How do you do it?
So I own a production company that produces a radio show that is syndicated in 70 cities across the country. And, you know, been doing it forever, man. I got in radio when I was 13, 37 now. So I've been doing it for a long time.
Damn.
And, you know, stepped away from working for radio to start the syndication company and my own thing about 5 years ago.
That's amazing.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, man, I see the clips. I always comment to try to stir the pot.
You are one of the trollier.
Yeah, because look
of the comments.
The way I see it is I do that to all people I want their clips to blow up. I'll be like, I'll just go in there and I'll be like 9/11 never happened and then just walk away and then see what happens. And I get a lot of stuff, you know, hey, you're ugly. It was cool. But that's another thing with comedy. You develop a very thick skin.
Why do all trolls either have no picture or an anime character?
It's because it's somebody that you know. Watch.
It's got to be, right?
I always think, I got a message. Actually, yes. And you know what's funny? It is somebody I know, sort of. A girl. And I read it this morning. And we won't shout her out because she don't deserve that type of love. But she said something so hilarious. Again, this was 3:26 in the morning. I screenshot it so just in case she deletes it later. She has done this before. May you find purpose, LOL. It's cute how you know the top Mexican comedians, and then you are irrelevant to the Scary Garys, etc. Shout out Scary Gary. You're funny. You just never transcended.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Which to me is a win.
What's the profile pic?
It's a chick. I know her.
Oh, so this is real. This isn't a troll account.
This girl. She said it from her chest, but she DM'd me.
Okay.
So
holy shit!
Typically,
I mean, do you low key respect that at least she said it? Like,
she was definitely drunk, like fingering herself or something. But she was.
I fucking hate her.
Because here's the thing, Tino. How many times do people message you and you kind of just look and go, right?
1,000%.
And it's not personal. I even told people, you don't have to have a lot of followers. All you need is 100 people hitting you up a day, and that is a lot.
I forgot where I heard it was on. Damn, dude, I wish I can give the credit. I don't remember what podcast it was, but it was actually comedians talking. And one of the dude, they were talking about Twitter at the time, and he was like, "Bro, I've got a friend that's just kind of getting into comedy. He's got like 500 followers, and he complains all the time, like, man, I only have 500." He's like, "But bro, if that 500 actually engages with you and they care about you, that could sell out a room."
100%.
And so he's like, it's all about the perspective of who actually follows you. You could have 10 million followers and
can't sell 10
and
shirts.
5% of them follow you or actually engage with what you do. And yeah, you're right. Can't sell shirts, can't sell tickets, anything.
Nothing. You don't need a lot of followers. You need real followers.
Yeah, 1,000%.
That's all you need. You don't need. There's this like thing where people like they get caught up on that a lot, and you're gonna lose a lot of time on the focus on the wrong thing. But before I forget. We didn't introduce Gatsby the artist. Gatsby the artist, how you doing? Our sound engineer, videographer, flyer maker. We haven't done an episode here in a while, so it's good to be back. Gatsby, put a picture of you in front of my face. Something sexy of you, or even Doctor. Is it what's it called?
Doctor what?
What is it when you
Dr.
alter a photo?
You can do both. You can doctor a photo, alter.
Or,
I never heard it. Doctor. It sounds weird when I say it now. But put a picture of like you and Jason Momoa, or like your face on top of him or something.
Definitely.
Make yourself look good. Guys, give Gatsby a follow. Also, let's put Tino Cochino's Instagram right below you. If you just hold your hands out, we'll put it right where your hands are.
Yeah.
Boom. Right there. Give the man a follow.
That's what it is.
There it
And
is.
engage. Write silly things in there.
12 inches.
I always tell people 12 inches. Look, I tell people, like, comment, subscribe. You can throw that up here, Gatsby, as well.
Yep.
But here's the thing. Even if you have something bad to say, do not DM me. Leave it in the comments, as I say. Just leave it in the comments. So I just got back from Austin. It is weird. Austin has now, like, a lot of celebs there.
Austin's crazy. I was just out there for South by Southwest. It's like a whole
That's my
other
dream
world
to
now.
go during that time, but it sounds crazy.
It was nuts, yeah.
Yeah. My boy, shout out to Bobby Flacco and lead singer of Nether Hour. Joe Rogan's always talking about him on the pod. But I met him out there. He's the lead singer there. He's a Mexican dude with curly hair, like fro-ish type, but ties it in a ponytail. Very
Chris Perez vibes or what?
Yeah, I was trying to find somebody. I was going to say Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony used to have the locks.
I don't remember that.
Gatsby, if you find out 1993.
Why do I only remember Mark Anthony with short hair?
1993 Mark Anthony when he was singing with La India. That's a vibe. He had long hair. Actually, Hector Lavoe, funny enough, this is a wild story. Hector Lavoe met Mark Anthony. He was the next one up. I think it was like 91, 90 before he really blew up. And he's like, this guy has like a voice like you never heard. Hector Lavoe looked at him and goes, wow, that's the ugliest man I've ever seen.
Oh, shit.
And then Mark Anthony played Hector Lavoe in El Cantante, which is kind of
full
like,
circle. It's
crazy because Mark Anthony is not the best looking, but there goes the whole point of like, as a dude, you don't have to be the best looking.
No.
You just have to have talent.
Or confidence, man. Confident. Bro, if you walk in the room and act like you own it, that type of thing,
status.
you can feel that. You know what I'm saying?
And status. Look, my boy, he's short, right? And he's a good-looking kid. I remember a girl had said something to him. He had the most, and it's gonna be worked into my bit soon. But I remembered it today because at the barbershop, he said, it's a girl was like, "You're short." He goes, "Yeah, I'm 6'3" with my dick on my head. You do the math." And just walked away. Shout out to you. I'm not going to say your name because I don't want to get you in trouble. Plus, the man's like a professional and shit. But he would say stuff like that. And look, the thing is when people say, like, but I'm funny. Look, I think everyone's funny. I think everyone is funny. Like, it would be weird if you weren't or don't have some type of sense of humor. But stand-up comedy is something where, look, if you want to do it, I'm going to tell you don't do it. Out of what Tim Dillon once told me. Tim Dillon said he had told a guy, now he's a famous podcaster. Fuck, is The Basement something? Young guys. But he asked Tim if he should do comedy. He says no. So he didn't do it. And Tim told me, if someone asks you if they should do comedy and you say no, the ones that want to do it are still going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
And if they don't do it just because you said no, they shouldn't do it anyways.
Yeah, it makes sense.
They shouldn't do it. How many people say, "Oh, I want to do what you do, Tino"? I could do that. Ricka.
Oh, yeah, everyone thinks you could just play songs or just talk. Even a podcast is a perfect example. Everybody wants to do a podcast, but can you hold an engaging conversation for an hour?
Dude, there's people who have like 100 episodes and 20 subscribers, and subs on the YouTube. We're early on in our voyage. We're cruising. I think we're closing at 500 subs.
Yeah,
we're
like 5 short.
Yeah, we're 5 short of 500. By the time this is out, we'll have that because I plan on posting more clips.
Buying some
Disturbed
followers.
Can you buy YouTube subscribers? I don't know. Can you?
You can buy any and everything now. I'm sure it's all. If you can buy fake titties, you can buy fake YouTube subscribers. I would think.
So you could do it in Scottsdale, which is
yes,
good.
Yes.
Which is good. So tell me the origin story. Where's Tino Cochino from? Is that the name you only like to be preferred of? Do you like to stay with that alias?
We just did a really good job of marketing it, so it's kind of just
it stays, right?
It just kind of is what it is. But I got a radio when I was 13. My grandmother would pick me up from school every day, park in the same spot. And this one day I walked out and she wasn't there, but the first hip hop radio station that I ever heard of was in that spot. And so I was like, well, shit, she'll come find me if this is the same spot where I was at every day. I didn't even see that she was posted up right next to the vehicle because I was just kind of enamored with the station and the setup and the van and the speakers and all. I was like, this is crazy. She saw that, and then we just started listening to this radio station. And for whatever reason, in her, she was like, whenever they say they're going to be somewhere, I'm going to take him. She never asked me. She would just say, hey, let's go here. As a kid, you hop in the car, tag along, and then when we pull up, she's like, hey, get out and just go stand there. I was very socially awkward. I was a weird little like fucking
Tiny Tino
weirdo kid that would just stand there and stare at them. Like fucking with sandals and socks and shit. Like
that's a good shirt. You should get a shirt of you as a kid.
You don't want that.
Yeah. So were you a bloomer? We always ask people, you're a good-looking guy. Were you good-looking as a young guy, or did you blossom later on in life?
I don't know. I'm still trying to just figure it out. I don't know.
Do you think you were a cute kid?
I had moments. I think I was a cute baby.
Yeah.
Everyone has a real fucked up stage where your teeth get fucked up and you get like the weird pimples and shit. Like,
and it gets
I always view myself as that.
Yeah, like decayed and shit. It's
But long story short, man, I started hanging out with this station. I did it for 3 years. Every time in Lubbock, Texas, anywhere they would go, I would just show up to the live remote broadcast. And after like 3 months of just always being there, they're like, well, we're going to make use of you, and here's how you fold T-shirts, and this is how you blow up balloons, and so I did that shit for like 3 years, and then they offered me a full-time job at 16, and then I just bounced around Lubbock, San Antonio, LA, Bakersfield, Phoenix, and just kind of made my way.
I always say this, and Gatsby, correct me if I'm wrong. People don't understand how many years it takes to be an overnight success.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. People think like it's hilarious, but it's a testament. I used to get mad when people used to be like, I think I could do what you do, And a comedian once told me, don't take offense to that. You make it look effortless. It's actually a compliment to you because they think they can do it. But they'll find out. They'll go up there. They'll see what it is. People think it's easy. It's not. We had a DJ Jay Valentino here, right?
That's a homie.
From LA.
Yes, sir.
And the way he said it, he was like, yeah, everyone thinks. Yeah, just put music together. I honestly sit in the back and I want my friends DJ, and I go, how? How did you know that was gonna boom right here at the same time? And then some of them sometimes have headphones, sometimes they don't, and I'm just like, is this just a playlist? And it's not, because they're getting requests, they're getting paid or whatever. And I'm always like, this is a talent. People only see it from that end, right? They go, oh, he's just moving his fingers around and shit.
Yeah.
And it's not that. When did you think you got good at that?
I don't think, like I'll say it all the time, I have a bunch of DJ friends. I'm by far the least talented of all of them, but my superpower is I can read a room. So if I can get in a room and immediately kind of feel what energy it is and start with an idea and then kind of gauge the crowd. And if they're not moving or whatever it may be, I can feel what's right, what's wrong, or what's going to work, what's not going to work. And so I feel like I'm very good at reading the room and adjusting need be. In whatever city, whatever room, I can kind of figure that out versus being like the best turntablistic and fucking scratch and
DJ Scribble.
And I just can't do that. Like my co-host Nicasio, phenomenal when it comes to, he's 1,000% a better DJ than me. You know what I'm saying? And I would always give him that credit.
Yeah, everyone's got
their thing, and I just feel like my thing is reading the crowd. And I talk on the mic, so I like to host while I DJ.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what I can bring to the table.
Yeah, you like MC. You MC at the same time.
Well, because people, if they know my name, chances are they know me for the radio show. Mm-hmm. And so that I can never like outshine that. And so I just want to, kind of combine them.
Yeah, and So, what is this ties between you and Bakersfield? Tyler, thank you, Tyler Morris. Can we put some kind of provocative? She posted some video of herself, Gatsby, of her like in lingerie or something. Just post that, put her Instagram up. Maybe that shoots up the algorithm. But Tyler was like, "Oh, he's from Bakersfield," but you're not from Bakersfield. You were there at some point.
So yeah, it was right before, I guess, one of my lower points. All
right, Tyler, you hear that?
I was in not Bakersfield per se, but I was in San Antonio. I was working for a radio station. I was like 22 at the time. It flipped formats. I had no money to my name, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna do in my life. I have no idea." And my program director at the time was like, "Look, I just booked a gig. I'm gonna go road manage and DJ for 3-6 Mafia. Ooh. If you want to move to LA with me, let's just go out there and just grind." And I was like, "Fuck, let's go." I didn't have any ties to anybody, no kids, no relationship. Amazing. Let's go. So we bounced and moved to LA, and I did that for like a year or two. So no radio, just live shows and shit. And it was fun. I mean, made a ton of connections, but it's LA and it's expensive.
Super.
And staying on couches and just trying to get in where you fit in. And finally, it got to a point where I had no money. I was dead broke, and we were staying across the street from this Costco. And I never had another job. And I remember I was like, fuck, I'm trying to talk myself into it. Well, Costco, I mean, at least I could buy bulk. And if I work there, I'll get the discount. And, this could be a move. And, the day before I went to fill out the application, I got a call from a program director in Bakersfield. Shout out to Jay Reed. And he's like, "Yo, I have an opportunity. If you want to come out here, we got a position." I was like, "Bro, let's go." So I moved to Bakersfield. And I was there for 4 years. It's just, certain cities, you just outgrow them. Yeah, and that's just what happened. I mean, the city, Bakersfield, was actually really cool. A lot of people talk shit about it, but it's a really dope city. It's just a small city, more like a town.
Yeah.
And I did what I did there. It was kind of my first place in California to actually make a footprint and meet people and kind of get my name out there. And it led me to here. I was about to move to Cleveland just because I needed to get out of Bakersfield. I was like, I gotta go somewhere. So I'm calling different people, trying to get any type of leads. Mm-hmm. I started talking to these people in Cleveland, then out of nowhere, the program director from Phoenix, Mikey Fuentes, who's now my business partner and everything, he got my demo and he reached out, flew me out here. I auditioned for a weekend and then hired me, and I moved out here in like 2 weeks.
Dope. You want to shout out your show? Who's on the show?
Yeah, man. So the radio show, we just like the way we theme it. It's obviously 2024, and radio is one of them things where you can listen to it or you listen to everything on your phone, and that's all good too because we theme it like we're a podcast but on the radio.
Yeah.
And so we're a content-driven show, and it's a lifestyle-based show. It's myself, Nicasio, Serena, and our producer Matt. It's literally like just 4 friends having a good time.
And where can they hear you?
Stream everything. I mean, like I said, 70 different cities across the country. If you want a full list, you can hit our Instagram. Link is in the bio. Or just stream the podcast, man. We have daily episodes that drop, which are full recaps. So you don't have to... We feel like you can stream whatever music you want on your own, wherever you want. So if you just want the content, you can come to our page. We have a new episode that drops every single day. Full interviews jump off on there as well. And then we do a half-hour podcast once a week, strictly for podcast listeners with content that doesn't go on the radio.
To find the podcast?
Tino Cochino podcast.
Tino Cochino podcast. The guy's a brander.
Yes.
This guy's fucking... he's light-skinned Kevin Hart. This is great.
That would be amazing.
All right. So I know you've met a lot of people. You hang out with a lot of people. I did have some things here. We go through the origin story. All right. You have any guests let you down? You don't have to name them, but if you do, and all ties are cut, but is there anyone that you met you're like, damn, I didn't think you were going to be like that?
For the most part, everyone's really cool. The only interview that always just like pops in my head, it was just he was too high, bro, was Rich the Kid. He and shout to him, he's on the Ty Dolla $ign Kanye Carnival record, and they're doing crazy shit right now. But he was so high, and we had a list of not a list, but a group of listeners. They came to the way we would do it is the artist would come in, we do an interview in front of everybody, and then they would perform. But he was so high, bro. He literally couldn't put words together. And so he came out, it's like hardcore fans, and I'm trying to talk to him, and he just like literally was just making noises.
Like a little Kodak Black.
But it wasn't. In fairness, I mean, it was his fault because he did it, but it was the label's fault and the people's fault. Like, they shouldn't have let him come out like that. You know what I mean?
They should have looked out for him on that aspect. Maybe he was like, fuck it.
So I'm hoping we can get another interview and make up for that one. So, again, it wasn't his fault, but that's just the one that was like, shit. Like, it happened. It was on camera, and you just had to roll with it.
Tino, any artists that are no longer with us that you've met?
Mac Miller.
Wow.
I still get clips like every week. I'm tagged in something from him. It was such a dope conversation. Same thing. We had listeners in the studio, and one of the main things that I took from that interview that I still apply to this day and talk to so many people about, his new album had just came out or is about to come out, and I was like, bro, what's it like for you, like in the comment section? Because this is like still at a time when social media is climbing and growing.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, when it comes to comments, like, if you're gonna accept the good ones, you have to accept the bad ones. Do you want to accept the bad ones? No. So don't be foolish and take the positive ones. Just comments are comments. It is what it is. Just put your shit out and keep it moving.
Like, this is what I've learned, is that no matter what, it's always the same thing. It's people like it or people don't.
And that's all it is.
And it's like it's one of the two. Now, what I do like is like looking for like personal like stories of something that really means something to someone, because that's really awesome when a piece of music that I create actually means something to someone's life. Like, that is really incredible. That's why I do what I do. But as far as just like a critique, you know what I mean? Like, good or bad, I don't pick anything up.
That's smart.
I feel like anyone can relate to that.
You know, DeStefano said something like that. He goes, he doesn't read the comments at all anymore. He said the bad ones are just as bad as the good ones, because the bad ones can make you feel like you're horrible, and the good ones can put a false pretense of who you think you are.
Yeah, it's great. I was listening to a podcast on the way here. Andrew Santino.
And Whiskey Ginger or Bad Friends?
No, Whiskey Ginger and Billy Blanco was on.
Yes,
Benny Blanco was on.
Benny
Who the fuck's Billy Blanco?
It's his cousin.
yeah, primo.
His uncle.
But yeah, Benny was just talking about, you know, how he's with Selena Gomez now, and it's a whole thing. And
It's wild.
he's like, bro, I know how crazy it is. He's like, I look in the mirror and I'm like, what the fuck?
What is Selena Gomez's type? This girl has been tied to what? The Weeknd, Benny Blanco. Who else, Gatsby? Who else she been with?
Bieber.
Yeah. I mean, just those three people, guys, if you could put them up somewhere, I'm giving them so much.
I'm going to be honest, though. I feel like I'm on her side because
she swagged out.
I just feel like at the end of the day, she just wants a good dude.
I like
That's
that
fair.
because she doesn't have a type.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think she
doesn't
just
have
like,
a
look,
type.
I'm not looking for anything specific. I just want a good man. And, you know, people talking shit on Benny, but he's successful and he's funny as fuck. You know what it is. If you're funny,
that's everything.
You can win. You can win. If you're funny, you can win.
When you're funny, it's as if you play for the NBA sometimes. You know, not to bring him up all the time, but it's Stefano. I remember we were talking about some comic.
Does he sponsor this podcast?
No, but well, he's right there.
I know. The ever watchful
Followed
eyes
by
of
Tim
DeStefano.
As I
Dillon.
say that, zoom into that.
Followed by Tim Dillon. You know, but Chris is like the first one who really got me to go perform at my first theater.
No shit.
So yeah, it was in my hometown in New York, Sleepy Hollow, New York, and it was. You want to know how he did
Real
it?
quick, I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
Sleepy Hollow's a real place.
Sleepy Hollow, New York. It used to be.
I swear to God, I thought it was a Johnny
People
Depp
ask
movie,
all
and
the
that's
time.
it. I swear I didn't know, and I'm gonna try to be
Headless
disrespectful.
Horseman right there, and I just got a tattoo in Austin. I got a little cactus.
Oh, that's fire.
there. Yeah,
Bro, I did not know there was a place.
Dude,
How far is that from New York City?
It is the place. So that's where a lot of businessmen, they go there and they take the train there to Grand Central. It's a 35-minute basically bullet train to Grand Central.
Damn,
They
okay.
have one stop. It's Harlem, 125th Street, Grand Central. That's it. I used to work on C6th Street in Broadway at a furniture store where I sold furniture.
Well,
And I sold something to the girl.
when you said
from
furniture, you gave a wink like it meant cocaine.
Sex in the City.
Right?
No, this is before that game. No, I was putting ottomans together or whatever. But
Sorry, I cut you off. So
he gave my so the way he went about it was he asked me what's your dream, and I said he's like a small one. I was like, oh, this is theater in New York, in my hometown. I've only walked by it my whole life. Never been inside, and I lived there. He goes, well, Terrytown Music Hall on Main Street. I was like, yeah. He goes, I'm there in November. Do you want to open? There goes your dream. So it's insane.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
When I was now I'm bringing up Donnell again.
Yeah.
When I was just talking to
Shout
him,
out Donnell Rollins.
he was saying, he's like, bro, it's no thing for me to give someone, 5 minutes, jump on stage and open up. And then the homie Concrete was just here. And same thing, he's like, yo, you want 5 minutes, jump up? Is that a thing? Like with other, because I don't know a ton of comedians.
And some don't. Some are like not about it.
Because it's like, why would I even give you a shot to like jump up here and
Some people, I'll tell you this. There's some comics go, no, I don't want my show to be messed up. I don't know this person, and I want to give my audience a very good show.
Okay.
So they only, go by the trust that they have. There's some people who literally they ride around with their host and their feature everywhere all over the country if they can afford it.
Yeah.
So, yes. And then, so yes and no. there are some people who don't care, and then some people go, dude, I don't want to be here longer.
Being that you were given the opportunity, are you about that life?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course. But it has to be a recommendation from somebody I find valid.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the only thing. In Laugh Factory in Chicago, there's a rule. If you recommend someone and they bomb, you're banned for like a month or 2.
No shit.
And if you recommend another person and they bomb, I think it's 6 months. And you do it a third time, you're no longer able to perform there.
For the person that made the recommendation.
For the person, like if I recommend
that low-key makes sense, though, because
don't be sending
that means you don't know what funny is.
It'll keep you from recommending people just out of the kindness of your heart, rather than just being like, no, he's good. He can go on.
Wow.
Yeah, also, if you go over your time, you'll be suspended from that venue. And, you know, we went to Chicago.
Yeah. Those are all normal rules, though. They just actually have a punishment with it.
Yeah, they enforce it. Look, running the light is not a good thing. It's like if you have 15, 20 minutes, you're off at that time.
How did the first show go at the theater?
So the theater was amazing. It was seats about 900 people. It was built like in the 1800s.
5 minutes?
No, I did 20 off top.
Oh, God.
And
damn.
then I introduced somebody to do 7, and I did another 5. And then I introduced Chris.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I featured for him. And then Chris introduced me to Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon was like, I'll let him host. I don't know what this kid is, but if you recommend him, fine. I'll let him host. And then Tim took me on tour. And we hit up. He brought me to the largest venue I've ever been to. It was in Minneapolis, Minnesota, 2,200 seats.
No shit.
Sold out. Just white people. White like the snow in Minnesota. I have a joke about that I'm working on about my experience to go to Minnesota. I never been to a plane. I never been to a plane where it was just white people. You walk into and everybody was white. Like the pilots, the people working on the plane, the luggage people, everybody was white. And I said like I was never so sure that the plane wasn't gonna crash. Like there was,
they're like, did anyone think you were the flight attendant?
Yeah, they thought I was on the wrong flight. Like, yo, the flight to Compton's over there, you know. But no, it's
going to Cancun.
Yeah, what are we doing? Is this Cabana Boy? No, but yeah. So I would give it. Also, they've done things for me that basically, and I won't share them publicly. I'll tell you off mic. But tipping your feature. So even tipping Gatsby for coming through.
Yeah.
Throwing him a few bones.
Yeah, yeah.
And the premise behind all that is some stand-up, some headliners, very shiesty with their money. But at the same time, it's their money, the way I see it. I'm not going to take it personal. But I'll tell you the comics I've worked with that broke me off a little something. They go, this is how you treat your features. This is what you do.
That's dope.
It's a shame to make all this money and you're just going to keep it, you know? It's something that, you know, I take and I learn. Anytime I could throw Gatsby more money, I do. You know, I met Gatsby at a bender like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I told him, dude, I'm one of the hardest working comics. He's like, never heard of you. And I'm like, no, but I'm going to be. No one's going to outwork me in Arizona. I promise you. He's like, when's your next show? I'm like, this Wednesday. I can't pay you anything, but can you come and, like, take pictures and record? He's like, all right. I was like, one day you're going to quit your job.
What made you say yes?
This is what made me say yes, actually, because I didn't believe him the whole time, because that's all anybody ever talks about.
Everybody's always gassing themselves up.
Of course, I'm
the best.
At a fucking after party, of course. And so, but he goes, put it in your phone. He's like, save the date, like, put it in your phone. I never had anybody say that, like, you know, like actually set a reminder. And so I was like, okay.
I'm a calendar guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I texted him that day, and I was like, he's like, yep, absolutely. Would love to have you there.
Boom. And then
and it's been how long now?
It's been 5 years, basically.
5 years.
Yeah, you know, it's and I told him you'll quit your job one day, and he did.
Yeah.
And now he's doing fucking shows for other comedians that are famous. Jessica Kirsten. Go ahead and name out some of the
Jessica
people.
Kirsten, Namesh Patel. Who else did I do?
You did some stuff with the boy who's coming this weekend. What the
Jerry?
hell? No, he's gonna be at Desert Ridge Improv. You and Adam did stuff with him.
Oh, Jeff Dye.
Jeff Dye.
Jeff Dye as well.
Is it just from like word of mouth, like people saying that?
Yeah, actually just recommendations.
Tim Dillon.
I was all over the comedy clubs.
You know, those are just the famous ones. You know, and then he's worked with people who are, you know, on the come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's something that I'm very serious about when I'm about something.
Yeah.
Like When I was about working out, I was 165 pounds in 2019. I had a 4-pack, whatever. Gained 120 pounds in 3 years. Now I'm down 60-something pounds or something like that. Because I just needed, because when I'm going gun-ho on something, I forget to keep on track with other things.
You're not drinking right now, right?
Not drinking. We're about 7 months in, Gatsby. 7 months sober.
I almost brought a bottle today.
October 2nd.
I was like, I should bring something.
No,
I was
we
like,
would've just kept it.
And I was like, he told me he's not drinking.
No, and here's the thing. You know, I remember, like, people were like, Joe, is it all right if I drink around you? Tim had mentioned something. When we were in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The guy, I ordered a Red Bull vodka. The guy was a big fan of Tim, the whatever stage guy or whatever. He asked me to come outside, and I was like, what? He's like, I'm giving your alcohol behind, you know, I don't want Tim to see you drinking. And I was like, what? And I went, and I kind of just like gulped and went inside, and I was like, yeah, isn't it funny? He said, you didn't want to let me drink in front of you. He goes, Eric, we make our money off of performing in front of drunk people. Who cares? If I can't take it from you being right next to me, then I should just kill myself. I should just end it right now. So, no, it's not that crazy. And plus, I run like bingo at Hi-Fi every other Wednesdays. Do that. People are drinking around me, or people offer me drinks all the time. And now kind of almost every staff at every nightclub knows that I'm not drinking. And rather than going, come on, they're going, good shit. Do you want soda? You want Sprite?
That's dope.
You want juice? You want this? And now I've actually seen like more people have been on it.
Isn't it weird how people, like, that's how, like,
it's like trendy
fucked
now.
up everyone. No, but not that though. Like the fact that people like you're trying to do something to better yourself, and there's the asshole friends that are like, oh fuck, man, just one, bro. What? They try and guilt you into it, like you're doing something wrong when it's actually something positive for you.
Sorry,
and they're like, you bitch.
Like, yo, my liver is hurt. It needs to get better. But yeah, no, I'm good now. I mean, it's really just, it's like any other. I think after a certain amount of time, you don't miss it, and I will drink again. I think I will. Like, but it's got to be worth it. I'm toasting at a wedding.
Right.
I'm on vacation, you know. But talking about, you just reminded me about, like, speaking things into existence. I told Gatsby this. I was watching podcasts, and I remember pausing and going, I'm going to know these people. I'm going to have them in my phone. They're going to be my friends. Do you know that? And I told Gatsby, I told my girl at the time, yo, this is going to happen. Like, almost tears coming out my eyes. Fast forward, they're all on my phone. It's actually crazy once you really focus and get over the embarrassment of asking. People are embarrassed of asking. I'm never embarrassed of asking.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? You know, we'll be having, I'm not going to name the upcoming guest, but it's kind of amazing. Even people that are like, yo, dude, I want to go on. I want to talk. I want to chill. Yeah, even to you, I was like, yo, Tino, I'm going to hit up Tino, see if he wants to come through, because I was working on this to get hundreds of subs before I started bringing other people on. But, like, shout out to the people that did it in the beginning, that literally just like, yeah, I'll go. Like my homegirl Tiana, she had like 500,000 followers on OnlyFans and whatever, and she did it, and she came through, you know, with her man, and it was just all off of love. And I've learned in Scottsdale.
Did they hook up on this couch?
I hope
That's why you
so.
put me here and you're over there?
Yeah, I wish.
Smothered in cum.
I was like, can you show me what $10.99 gets me?
I hit it with a Febreze.
No, so shout out to her, shout out to Austin, Elite Trader, talking about spending money and Scottsdale people being fake. You know, but a GM in Scottsdale once told me, he goes, you're the only guy I've ever seen get access to things with kindness. Everyone else is paying for people's attention.
Oh, that's Scottsdale, bro.
I even said one time, I posted a tweet, and I'm repeating myself from some other podcast, but I said, yo, what would you do if all the money left your account and all you left was with $1? If me and you both went down to $1 in our account, just talking to just the masses of those people wouldn't hang out with you anymore.
Oh, 1,000%.
I said you'd be walking around alone in the city like Will Smith and I'm Legend.
Bro, my wife and I talk about it all the time. Like, we'll wake up. Our schedules are crazy because I'm up so early, and she's like, fuck that. But, like, on a weekend, I'll wake up, or we'll wake up around, I don't know, fuck it. Late for us is like 10 a.m. Mm-hmm. We'll wake up and grab our phone. It's like, oh, fuck yeah. No text? Nope, no text. Nothing. Bro, people only reach out when a concert's coming or when a plug is needed or something. There's never just a, hey, or want to catch the game. I don't even like sports like that, but you know, like just a fucking invite. Like never, bro, never. And it's like that for both of us. Like the circle is so small, But I feel like once you know that and you don't have these false expectations from other people, you're not mad at them. You know what it is and you know how to move.
I have people more or less go, hey, I got this going on, Eric. Did you want to go? Or did you want, like I went to the Bad Bunny concert one time, not the last one, but the one before that. Sweet tickets that were going for like $2,500, $3,000. And they're like, do you want to go? I was like, okay, why? They're like, oh, we just want somebody fun to be around.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we had an extra ticket. The other person bailed. I was like, yeah. You know, I think if you do things not expecting anything in return, you're better off. You're going to be better off regardless. We all have had our times of being a piece of shit, not the greatest versions of ourselves. And you got to also, to people out there, don't let that stuff define you. It's not. And also claim that shit. Know that you sucked. So you can know that you're better now. Because some people pretend like nothing ever happened. And you say, they reach out to you. People coming in. Hey, I know it says sold out. Can I still get a ticket? I've been telling you for the last 3 weeks to get these tickets. And you think I'm just lying to you?
Or saying it could be something like merch, right? Like you put out merch and it's like, yo, let me get one. I was like, all right, cool, man, $20 or whatever. And it's like, oh, come on, man. It's like, bro, I paid for this. Like, if anyone's going to support it, shouldn't it be you?
100%.
But it never is.
100%. And shout out to Concrete. We got your stuff here, Concrete.
Familia.
You're right here. You're our Lord and Savior. Put up Concrete's Instagram right there. And Gatsby, if it's not too much, I'm going to give you a little extra money for this one. Throw one of his clips up.
Yeah, I got you.
So people can get to know the guy.
If you fools let the car me, then what the fuck? Is this bumper okay?
Concrete, that was another one.
So that was a dope show. That was my first time seeing you. I saw a quick glimpse of you at Hefe once.
Yeah, and that's not
but
just
I didn't see the full
and that's just not
set.
the right setting for comedy.
Yeah.
It was just whatever. You got to actually see me perform in front of a crowd. Everyone has made the agreement that we're here for a comedy show. When someone comes out, whatever. And honestly, you came to a good set of mine.
Man, the whole thing was great. Literally, my wife and I talked about it. Top to bottom, everybody on that lineup was just funny, bro. And the crowd was good. There was no bullshit. It was such good energy, and people just had fun, bro.
It was quinceañera funeral vibes.
Yeah,
It was like, we laugh, we cry. Latin crowds, especially in Arizona, when like Concrete's crowds is up there with the best of crowds I've been involved with in Arizona.
So good.
I mean, there was a point where I had to stop telling the joke because people were still laughing. And I had to wait. And I would be like, okay, now I can get to the next joke. And shout out to Concrete for even giving me. I met Concrete. We had a smaller show a year and a half, 2 years ago, somewhere in Tempe. And my boy had put me on. He's like, yo, there's this guy named Eric. I think, he gets people to come. So if you need those extra 20, 30 tickets to people to buy, he'll get them. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Jay Valentino. Crazy thing about that, I messaged him back in 2018. I was a fan of his content.
Yeah.
And then I said, hey, man, it almost sounded like I was trying to get with him. But I'm just a legitimate fan. I like Backstreet Boys. I like NSYNC, which is a question I'm going to ask you in a second.
Okay.
And I just said, man, if I'm...
Bro, what that mouth do?
Yeah. I was like, yo.
He's like, what the fuck?
Do you dip it low, bring it up slow? Okay. He's a tiny kid. He's a cute kid. He was like a short King Spring. But he was mad cool. And I said, if I'm ever in L.A., could I go to one of the clubs that you're going to perform? A dude asking.
Yeah.
Crazy. He goes, yeah, let me know when you're in town, And I literally left girls to go hang out with him. And when I saw him, like, hey, it's me. He's like, oh, yeah. Kicked the girl out of the DJ booth. Come chill. You want a drink? Let me get you a drink.
Oh, that's dope.
And then I think it was fast forward like 2019. I was like, yo, I'm really taking this comedy thing serious. What do you think about this clip? And he goes, it's funny. It's good. But all the talent in the world means nothing without hard work. So just letting you know, it's good, but
what are you going to do with
that? That does nothing. If great. You performed great one time. So we talk about it now, and it's funny because I picked him up from the airport when he came out here, and he had to perform at a swingers place.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Blue Martini.
Okay, yes.
Shout out Blue Martini, where old women are down to have sex with black guys and everyone, but specifically, it's a type. But he goes like, dude, you stuck with it. Like he was looking at old convos. He was like, this was you. I was like, I know. I was like 100 pounds lighter. But he's like, yeah, this was you. So to kind of see it all come back together and meet Jay Valentine, met him before.
But then to have him on a podcast.
And then met him at Concrete. Oh, what's up? He's like, oh, you about to go up? You going to do like 10 minutes? I was like, yeah. And I go up there and I destroyed. And he came out. He's like, yo, what the fuck you doing out here? Like, come to L.A. And from there on in, Concrete's like, yo, grab my phone number, like, whatever. And ever since then, when Concrete came out here last year, I hooked up with him again, and we did the shows. And then this time again, he was like, I need you on tonight. Like, we need somebody from AZ. And I was like, great, let's do it. And I saw you come to the background. I was like, oh, you must have done the show. I was already putting two and two together. I met your wife, took the picture, and I didn't know where you were sitting. So I was like, kind of looking for you for a second. And I was out there, but then it just got to the point where everybody was just going crazy. I was like, all right, I got to end this shit on a bang. I was like, boom, boom, boom. But, yeah, man, you finally got to see me perform. Some people, they'll go and they'll be like, I didn't expect that.
It's so funny. Was just like people that you know?
The things that I talk about.
Okay,
like, people who know me just on a one-on-one level, like, hey, what's up? Yeah, like, whatever. I like doing stuff. And then I go up there, I'm like, yeah, so I was, banging a mom. And I think I might have said that in the set. But they're like, yo, dude, the jokes were well put together. I'm like, these jokes I've been working on for years. Gatsby has heard me say these jokes 1,000 times.
Oh, yeah.
And if you looked at the way it started to the way it is now, I don't know what I finished with you guys. Did I do a gay bit or did I do I dated a deaf girl bit?
Deaf girl.
Okay. That joke. And we won't go into specifics of the joke because if you want to do it, come through to other shows. That joke started off, my friend went on a date with a deaf girl. Did not know she was deaf till he got there. There was the apps.
Mm-hmm.
And they hooked up and he was just talking about this whole experience. I said that joke originally like it happened to my friend. Like, oh, Tino, he was deaf.
So then you turned it into you.
And I was wondering why it wasn't hitting. It was another comedian goes, no one gives a fuck about your friend. It happened to you. And I was like, okay. As soon as I changed that, and it's like that bit, I gave you guys got a 3-4 minute version of that, 3 minutes that's an 8-minute bit. Could be 10.
Interesting.
It goes long, goes in depth. I have so many things about it.
Question.
Go ahead.
And you can cut this if you want to. The set you have now, I'm sure you add. I'm sure there's interchangeable things, but how long have you? Because I want to know the ins and outs, bro.
Yeah.
How long have you been perfecting the set that I saw? Like how many different clubs have you done it at? How long have you been doing that?
When I talked about living in Gilbert, that was the first time he ever was talking about that.
Okay.
First time he even acknowledging that I lived there, I bought a house there, any of that stuff. That's all brand new. I was just trying to see how it would work, and I was working it out. Constantly, they say you should do 70% of the stuff that's solid and 30% of brand new stuff, 20%, just so you can work it in. So you're not short, especially if you're doing a show like that, people paid money. That's not the time to start working on new shit.
Okay, so like let's say you do a show at some smaller spot in, I don't even know all the smaller clubs.
Yeah, I'm trying out new
Let's say
shit.
you do a spot in Gilbert.
Yeah.
And then
30 people show up.
So you do a set, and then you go to whatever spots, and then let's say you're back there in 3 weeks at the same spot you were just in Gilbert. Do you do the same set?
No, depending on how much time. So I have probably close to 2 hours worth of shit.
Okay.
So, and I could always,
It's all like muscle memory, right? Like if you need to go to it, you can just pull it out.
I can also
His dick,
squeeze. I could also squeeze the joke out. That Jeff joke could be over in a minute and a half if I wanted it to. But what else? What else happened? Then what else? A comedian once told me, like, yo, squeeze the fucking joke. Squeeze everything out of it. That's how you know the joke is going to be written. And once you have nothing else, then the joke is complete. Some people are really good one-liners. Mm-hmm. I'm not really good at that. Mine has to start, and then eventually it'll get there. Or sometimes I'll, start at the beginning. I always start with a few bangers because I gotta wake people don't know me. They didn't come to see me. I gotta talk you into getting this drink with me. I always talk about it as like getting to know a girl at a bar that's hot.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, hi. You know, he's like, hey, what's up? You know, it's like you got to play game. And then you could be like, yo, but I also listen to like 98 Degrees on the side. You can feel comfortable talking about that later on because she's like, well, I fuck with you now. Like, you can start talking about that. That's what I do. So, you know, there's stuff that, like, I did a clean show in Deer Valley a couple weeks ago.
Why was it clean?
It was like they wanted a clean set.
Mormon?
It was just a community in Deer Valley. And
Like a fucking hall?
yeah, 30 minutes. It was like a town hall, dude. It was like 100 people. It was nice.
Oh, dope.
But the first guy that went up was a prop magician comedian.
Like Carrot Top type
Dude,
shit?
horrible. I just saw him bombing, and I was like, oh, crap.
Hey, check it out.
Yeah, he was
What
like,
happened to it? It's got wings.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the
Stupid
fuck?
stuff. Like, even that was good, actually. He could use that. He could use that in his set.
Please don't, sir. Please
He was
don't.
off, and he was like, you know, he's like the number one prop magician comedian because there's only one.
That should be the tagline, though. I would
Yeah.
say that shit.
Like he's the whatever. And then they're like, I told the guy, hey, the way you're introducing people, don't introduce me like that.
Oh, shit.
Because he would say like, if I was introducing you as a DJ, I love introducing. It's one of my favorite things to do. Gatsby knows when I host, I love it. You may have seen him on blah, 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 blah,
Right.
winner of blah, 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 blah.
You give the
coming
accolades.
all the way from da-da-da-da, Tino, Cochino. This guy would say, so the guy coming up, his name is Eric Bernal. Let me tell you about him. So I go, don't say my name first. Say my name last. Say my accolades first, because he goes, I've been doing this a while. I
Oh,
go,
shit.
I said, you've been doing it a while for not a good way.
Oh, shit.
I said, just don't introduce me like that. He goes, okay, so say your name at the end. Does it anyways. I
He's
come
like,
out.
cool kid.
I come out.
You think he's writing notes? He's writing, fuck this guy.
Dude, he's
Fuck Eric Bernal.
He's like
Writing a
58.
dick.
He's like 58 years old. You know, everything was in pencil. That's how I knew.
Oh,
I was
shit.
like,
Oh,
yo, who
God.
has a pencil? You know, like what? I haven't seen a pencil in a minute.
Yeah, that's real shit. When's the last time you outside of him that you saw a
Yo.
pencil?
Pence.
He was like, so like,
Grown
he's like
man.
licking the pencil like he's gonna do something. He's
The
like, oh, let me
fucking-
sharpen it.
The fucking eraser.
Do it like my mom. Now my mom used to do it with a knife.
Yeah, like a Mexican shit.
Just whittling it.
So he said that, and I literally go up there. I go this, and I was kind of annoyed. I said, I asked you not to introduce me like that, and you just didn't care, huh?
You said this on the mic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, whatever. I was like, and it was like, I saw some old people getting upset about some stuff I said. I go, well, it's a pleasure sharing the stage with you. Me on this stage, you on the last stage of your life. And,
That's good,
they were
that's
like,
good.
what? But the guy laughed. He liked it.
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
oh, yeah. If you close your eyes, I sound like Trump's son. And I said, I took a risk, and I said, you know, they say if you close
White crowd?
White crowd.
Okay.
As they say, if you close your eyes, guys, close your eyes. The way I talk, they say I sound like a white guy who's trying to talk black. You know, and
That's funny.
they all laughed. There was one black guy that was like, don't worry, guys, he's laughing. If you turn off the lights, you could tell more. And then it's clean. I'm not cursing, you know. And
But you're still edgy enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, Deer Valley, look at me. I called my mom right before I got here. Told her, Mom, L.A., New York, Miami, Chicago, Dallas, Austin, forget all that. I'm in Deer Valley tonight. I made it. Oh, my gosh. I drove all the way here. I can't believe they even let me in here. And they, you know, just messing with them. It was actually a good test. To be clean is difficult.
Who booked you? Like how does something like that happen?
So-
Like, what was it for?
There was a bunch of people there that hired talent. So it was a weird show. Dancers, singers. It's a weird
shit.
thing to do comedy.
It's like
And I was-
America's Got Talent.
And I was the
It's like a
headline.
variety show?
As soon as I got there,
That's crazy.
I think I might have texted you, Gatsby. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah, you
Oh,
did.
shit.
I
didn't know it was
parked,
that
I
bad.
sat in my car and go, I don't want to do this. It's not worth the money. Keep it. I'm okay. I'll go home. There was a nice ride. It was very scenic, whatever. And then I got in, and then I heard the prop guy. I'm like, well, he can only make me look good at this point.
Yeah.
And I went up there, and I did a half hour. And a lot of it was kind of off the top.
I don't know why in my head right now I envision the prop guy on another podcast right now, and he's sharing the same story, but he's bashing you.
I was annihilated.
Like, there's this fucking comedian, man. He thought he's a
Yeah,
shit. He was telling the
yeah,
host how to fucking introduce
Yeah,
him.
his body was the shape of a fire hydrant.
Bro, I same way like you kind of like spoke things into existence, and you were telling Gatsby like, yo, this is what I'm gonna do, save it, no. I felt that same type of like. So I've always, this isn't me saying I'm gonna be a comedian,
Yeah.
but I've
Could be,
always
though.
I've always loved it, bro, since a kid. Like, just I feel like it's definitely a part narcissistic, because I think in order to be in anything entertainment, you have to be narcissistic enough to think people that you're interested enough for people to care.
100%.
But just based on, crowd engagement in the show and kind of what we do, I've always thought, man, I want to be involved somehow, and I don't know what to do. And that show literally inspired me to, literally from top to bottom, from you to everybody on there, I was like, bro, I want to get into this, at least like hosting, because I host events in general.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to do this, and I want to get into it. And that's why, I'm picking your brain, and I'm just trying to.
Let's do it. Let's get you do a solid 5.
I've got to figure that out.
We'll do a solid 5. Gatsby, we'll put this in the book.
Because that's how this shit works, right?
We'll do my birthday.
Is that how this
That'd
works,
be
though?
awesome.
Yeah, so basically you do open mics, right?
No, but I'm saying like how you're saying, like, do a 5. So like
you start at 5 minutes. That's what you want to do.
No, for sure. But I'm saying, like, so you come up there, hey, blah blah blah, and it's almost like the pressure isn't on you in a sense, because they're not there for you.
Yeah.
They're there for the comedian. So you go up there, shoot the shit, do whatever, and then it's just bringing up.
Yeah. So you'll be surprised. All what you did is probably 35 seconds, and then you go, wait, I got another 4 minutes to do? Because it goes by so fast.
Oh, I bet, because there's no music or anything.
Keep going.
Yeah.
You're not done.
Yeah.
I remember my first 5 minutes. The first time I ever wrote 5 minutes, I was like, all right, I'm at 90 seconds. like, damn, what the hell?
How many jokes did you work into 5 minutes?
So a good way of doing it if you're starting out, my suggestion, this isn't a rule or anything. First minute, about yourself. Hey, I'm Tino. You may have seen me, blah, 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 or banging your wife. I don't know. Whatever. You like something stupid, right? Something to introduce yourself. I'm originally from here. People.
Because they don't know who the fuck.
You're introducing yourself. People are getting to know you. And then, you could go to something like, something weird happened to me the other day, or...
Just some personal...
Joe Coy always has this joke where he goes like, isn't it funny? We're just in a business where everybody goes, have you ever been to the... And I start thinking about all the jokes like do that. Like, have you ever...
It's all the same fucking setup and shit.
It's like, have you ever,
Whose set can I just steal? That like...
Carl's Mencia.
Full circle
I
moments.
did 6 shows with him, yeah.
Bro,
he was
do you think that was just like... just bad?
Don't make me talk bad about him.
No, I don't want you to talk bad about him. I see. That's the thing. It's funny because I've done a few interviews with him, and he always seems like the nicest dude, and
he's a nice guy.
And you can tell he actually really loves comedy.
No, he's an animal. He's great. He's an amazing comic.
He just made a bad decision, you think?
And here is the problem with what he did. He won't admit he's wrong. If he would have done that a long time ago. I've had conversations with big comedians that I can't even believe that I had an opportunity to talk to. And they say the same thing. The guy's an animal. He'll go out there and do 2 hours.
Oh, kill it.
And just, people are going to sleep and laughing. They're waking up to laughter because it's so long. But the simple fact that they want, it's that to me, and I've always told Gatsby this, one of the worst qualities of a person is someone who can't admit they're wrong.
Accountability is key.
Yeah.
Accountability, dude. Accountability. Which brings me, I did want to bring this up, and we're going a little bit over, but I love it. This is a good pod.
Sorry, bro. We just
started. No, this is great.
I was thinking about that right now. Like, yo, I won't shut the fuck up.
No, this is great.
No, that's great.
Real quick, Backstreet Boys are in sync.
Backstreet.
Oh, me too. I went to go see them in Vegas. They were
I did too.
Like 2017.
I went to see them in Vegas, and I took shrooms. I was like, this is going to be the best experience. And the shrooms never fucking kicked in.
Yo, can I admit
that's
something
the
to you?
worst.
Holy shit. Back in 20-something, I was dating some Mexican girl who ended up leaving me for a guy who hit her. Was like,
I'm going to use that in my opening.
I think Tino Cochino.
Let it down.
I think Tino Cochino is so hot. Can I cheat on you with him? It was we were drunk. And I was like, sure. Who is that?
A girl said this?
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah,
or the guy that said this?
No, a girl, and then she later got hit. But speaking about domestic violence.
The Backstreet Boys got hits.
The Backstreet Boys got hits. I was talking about on the previous episode, if you guys were watching this, Eli Halpern, he was talking about how does he like blonde girls, or is it that Britney Spears just came out when he came out? Like when he started liking girls? Or is it just the media that made him like blonde girls? And I was like, what's crazy about Britney Spears is that she made a song about asking men to hit her.
Oh, the song. I forgot.
And then she also claimed to be a slave.
Jesus.
It's just slave for you. Anyways.
I'm like thinking about the song now.
I always think of stuff like that because I'm like, because people go after, you know this song, it talks about this. You're like, you're so stupid. So what I wanted your take on this,
What a
I'm
world.
going to roll out all the information for you, and then I want your take.
Okay.
All right, this is to bring. Speaking about hitting people. Trevor Bauer, formerly with the LA Dodgers, former Cy Young winner, accused of domestic violence. Zero evidence of him actually doing it, and this woman has done it to 10 other men. In a police report released today by Scottsdale Police, Bauer alleged that she told him that she was pregnant and demanded $1.6 million in exchange for her getting an abortion.
Jesus.
Wild.
I thought those ran cheaper. But
Yeah,
here's
no
the
kidding.
thing. Why I bring this up, he's
not what
like,
I
I
did.
actually have a career, dude. So it's just me talking. Don't worry. If you want to blame me, blame me. I don't care. Take my house away, whatever.
Yeah, we need a fucking disclaimer.
Yeah.
I'll run it.
Can you run something underneath that goes, the thoughts of Eric Bernal do not reflect
As
Tino
he
Cochino?
says that,
Yeah.
take the Homer meme going into the fucking bushes and put my fucking
Just
face
put it
on
over
Homer.
your face.
No, so I wanted to just bring this to light and Gatsby, if we can make this a clip
Yeah.
and find a picture of Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer was accused of sexual assault and twice, 2 different women, and both women are being charged now for fraudulent accusations.
Oh, wow.
In the state of Arizona, as you can see, I guess he has a residence here. She has done this to 10 other guys.
Oh my God.
ESPN ran with it. Every news network ran with it. They dropped him. He's now exonerated of all accusations, and no MLB team will pick him up. He's a Cy Young winner. He could easily be in some teams, the number 2 on their teams, if not the number 1. There is a bias when it comes to that. I think once someone says something bad about you publicly, you're guilty until proven innocent. Kind of like that. I don't know if you heard about this story.
I'm not the biggest sports guy.
Yeah, me either. I'm just into
but
punishing women.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Just kidding.
Insert meme again. No, I just in general, I don't even think it's a guy-girl thing.
No,
Like,
it's a right and wrong thing.
If it's been proven that he's innocent, why should he? You know what I'm saying?
He's actually playing for Mexico now.
I mean, at least he's getting paid.
Mexico City for the Diablos.
I just don't see, like, if you went through the court process and everything happened and you've been exonerated, then why?
Why won't a team pick you up?
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't understand. What do you? I mean, as a comedian probably too. Like I feel like in comedy, comedians are almost the only ones that kind of still have some sort of freedom of speech.
Yeah.
But you still face,
But
cancellation.
Accusation is crazy because someone could say anything. You have kids, correct?
No.
You don't have kids.
No.
You don't have kids.
No.
None.
Ask me one more time.
Do you have kids?
Nah.
Oh, okay. I was trying to make a point. Like if you had a son,
Right.
I think a lot of women, when I talk to them, when I talk to a woman who has a son, she's on the guy's side. When I talk to women who don't have kids, they're like, but maybe there's more to the story. They have text messages of her saying, "I'm gonna get him." Like
I saw
and they painted makeup on her face and all this stuff for the pictures.
the way I saw or heard about this was because one of those girls was interviewed by a reporter and she drilled her, bro. Like she went in and was speaking all the facts and asking why she did it because the proof came out, right, that it was all fake. That's the biggest thing. I feel like if all the proof is there and they were just doing this for clout and money and nothing actually happened, again, it doesn't matter if it's guy or girl. There's right, there's wrong, and facts are facts.
And they still haven't picked him up. SB, can you find out his salary for the Los Diablos of Mexico City?
It says he plays for a different team, though.
I just saw him interviewed.
Yokohama Dina Bay Stars is what it says.
Okay, then what's his income? Because he was making $42 million a year, or 20-something million.
Let's see. Hold on.
And you hit the Cy Young, you get bonuses and stuff, and all his sponsors drop. He actually owns a media team. He has a media company. And when interviewed, he said, I almost understand the route they went because I do it with my own business, and clickbait is money. It's crazy how some of this stuff kind of backfires.
Well, that's the scary thing, too. I mean, that goes back to, like, TikTok and anything, right? Like, just as far as, like, people just believe in anything. Like, you could post a video right now with health information that you completely made up, and someone will watch it and be like, oh, my God, I believe that. This is going to help my cholesterol.
Look,
and then they die.
If you say something with conviction, people will believe you. That's why in the United States, cults exist. There's a lot of lost puppies, as Theo Von says, out there. And that's why religion works really good in poor countries. People need something to believe in, and it's unfortunate that they took, like, there's like an IQ of the like the certain IQ that's like really bad. It's like 7th, 6th grader. and how millions of Americans have that IQ. That's why they
crazy.
get scammed all the time. Do you know the Nigerian whole thing? Like they will scam you at an email, like, "Hey, I'm a prince."
Yeah.
There's new places in the world that are just getting the internet for the first time, and they're targeting them.
Oh, it makes sense because they don't know what the
It's
fuck's
the
going on.
90s all over again.
That's crazy. I remember getting those emails as a kid when I had like fucking AOL and shit like that.
I was like, yo, I told them I'm a lesbian. I used to go on AOL chat rooms like, I'm a lesbo from Miami. I'm 22. I'm here to party.
Okay, so he used to play.
Who are
in
you
Japan.
talking to? Dude, in the chat.
Dude, remember those chat rooms like gay, straight, lesbian?
Do you remember your AOL screen name?
Hispanic Lover. 007.
That's really what it was? Mine was boring. It was just T. Cochino. I had nothing clever or
Oh,
cool.
no. It was like Hispanic Lover. It was, you know what's a funnier thing? I used to work at the bank. I used to get people's emails. My email till the age of 17 was chillwiththat12@yahoo.com.
Say it again.
Chill with that 12@yahoo.com.
Chill with that 1-2.
Chill with that.
Okay.
Chill with that.
What are we chilling with?
I have no clue. I'm an idiot. I was dumb.
That.
Like
I was dumb.
I would love you to like see your process. Like
What
you're
was
in
your-
your fucking room and you're just like,
Chill with that. I'm a very rant. I just say things and I don't know sometimes. Like Jay Valentino, he was on. There was a clip of him. He goes like, I thought I had ADHD. You go from topic to topic to topic, and I'm like, I'm sober. Sober actually has made me more on it.
yeah.
But also, I'll say more wild shit now. I'm more coherent, and I'm more like ready. When I'm drunk, it kind of settled me. I'm like, what's up? Oh, that's cool. It would just be a dumber version.
I feel like people don't understand that. Like, yeah, like once it's like whatever's supposed to kind of like help you wild out. You're already on such another level that it's like it almost
Yeah, as
calms
a
you.
creative,
Like, it
it
takes
does-
you down to where you're supposed to be.
It's just like weed.
Supposed to be.
Weed sometimes helps people, and like I don't smoke weed. I will go to sleep. I'll go to bed. I may have smoked weed maybe 10 times in my whole life.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever did it was on spring break in the Bahamas with a Colombian girl, and she was smoking weed, and it was the girl I was like in love with, and she lives in LA and she works for Fox Sports, and I miss you. Please come back to me. Not just kidding.
Does she know what you do?
No, but crazy enough, I used to talk about this girl, just kind of like a laughing thing because she was like my college sweetheart. When we broke up, I was like devastated. I was heartbroken. I was singing Juanes and like fucking 112.
Juanes and one. That's a fire
112,
playlist.
Boys to Men.
Tengo la camisa negra.
It's like, what is this? Numbers in your pockets. Yo, dude,
we're harmonizing.
People don't even know how great 112.
112 was my first concert.
I heard somebody on the radio today going, I don't know who 112 is. I was like, oh
Jesus.
my gosh.
Yeah, 112 was my first concert.
That's a great.
It was like a radio station event, and so it was 112, 702, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
7 where my girl's at.
Crazy Bone. That's the first time I ever smoked weed in my life. I was in the front row just taking pictures because I was with the station. And Crazy Bone, for some fucking reason, passes the blunt to me. And a fucking little 13-year-old, me, my grandma raised me and shit. Like, 'cause I'm half white, half Mexican, and my white grandma raised me, so she's very like fucking strict and shit. Like, fucking don't.
So you know your ABCs.
Eat well done meat. Like you can't eat
Yeah,
pink meat, and,
love it.
all that type of shit.
We love white on this podcast.
And bro, I got into I took one fire ass hit of it and I gave it back, and then I was so fucking high, bro. And I got in the car and I remember like that was my first little weed experience.
Let me tell you something
Crazy
about 702. I was in 6th grade, and they said, take a song. It was a creative writing class. Take a song and just take out the lyrics and use the same melody.
Okay.
And I used 702 where my girl's at. And the song went a little like this. Where my classmates at? From the front to back, I came to tell you that this homework was whack, but I did it. And now I'm back. I'm trying to tell you how to react. Something like that. So I was kind of destined to be an idiot.
This is where I see now where your email came from. Chill with that.
1, 2. Yeah, chill with that. Yo, dude, it all comes full circle. So this Colombian girl I was smoking weed with, I didn't want to smoke weed because I was like kind of like proud of myself. I was like a girl who like didn't lose her virginity yet, and I was like, wow, I'm 18, I still haven't done it. I didn't let some guy access me, and then she says, you sure you don't want to do it? They're like rolling it up, and this guy next to me goes, hey, how old are you? I was like, I'm 19. He goes, you're in the Bahamas with a beautiful girl. You've never smoked weed. You're going to do it one day. Let this be the first time.
This guy wanted to fuck you.
Yeah.
That's what I got from the story.
So basically, after I got Neosporin for my butthole,
Little Aquaphor.
yeah, a little Aquaphor, which I do have in the car, brand new tattoo.
Yes, yes.
Sure it is.
And baby rashes. But I did it, and it was cool.
Listen, man.
It was cool.
You're
it was
in the
cool.
Bahamas,
But
man.
I started freaking out. Hey, man.
Leave us alone.
You want a fish fry? You want a fish fry?
Have you ever seen I Still Know What You Did Last Summer?
I still know.
Yeah, part 2.
I have watched it, but I've never seen it. Like I know what you did last summer.
Jack Black was in it, and
No.
this before he was anything, and he plays a fucking white Rastafarian dude, and he had that. You reminded me of him right now.
So my mom,
But it's not funny to you because you haven't seen it.
well, my mom's first friend in this country was a Jamaican lady named Hillary. She'd be like, "Pasta ting right there." My mom was trying to learn English from her. She'd be like, Nelly, don't listen to me." My mom was talking like Drake for a hot minute. She was like, "Pasta ting right there."
You're like tings.
I was like, what is going on? But I still know what you did last summer. Till this day, Jennifer Lawrence ranks in my top 5 of hottest.
That was Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh, no, Jennifer Lawrence. Who is Jennifer Lawrence? No, Jennifer Love Hewitt. Thank you for the correction. Gatsby, if you can cut that out where I go. Leave it in. No, Jennifer
know
Love
what I'm
Huge
talking
Tits is everyone called her. Have you seen her now?
I have not. I was just gonna say what happened to her. I mean, the last thing I know, she had that TV show where she was like a massage therapist.
A Ghost Whisperer or something like that?
I don't
She was
know.
a massage therapist.
Yeah,
yeah.
and she was like
She gave happy endings.
She had happy endings to everyone in the fucking neighborhood, but all like the wives liked her and shit.
Man, that girl really took off. Or jerked off. Yo, she is, to me, her, Topanga, who was born in Mesa.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Danielle Fisher.
Wow.
Born in Mesa, Arizona. Yeah, we
The
looked
pride
it up
of Mesa,
before.
Arizona.
And then she left at 9 months. I think that's what it says. Like she left after a year. She's like, this ain't the place for us. Kelly Kapowski from
Tiffany
Saved by the
Thiessen.
Bell.
She's from here?
Tiffany Amber Thiessen. No,
Yeah.
but these are just my hot girls.
Oh, you're just bringing up
These
people.
are my top 5. Like these would be my bottle girls in my club. Those, and then Pink Power Ranger,
Kimberly.
Kimberly.
I'm surprised you didn't put everyone loved Jessica Alba back then. We're the same age. I'm 37.
Jessica
so,
Alba,
yeah.
I think came later on in my life. I think she came in the 2000s for me.
Like Honey was a fire
But
ass
she was
movie.
in Good Luck Chuck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Dane Cook?
Dane Cook. Brother robbed him of millions.
That shit's fucking wild. I didn't even know that until recently. I heard that shit on a podcast and I was like, what? That's a
Bro, he had a
fucked up story.
How about this? Did you see that his brother was a correctional officer? Got him out of that, so he was like, hey man, just be my manager. And so because his brother was his manager, he worked harder so he can make sure he got him covered.
Yeah.
Once he blew up, he's like, hey man, I'm gonna get a real business manager. I'll still pay you the same, just be head of merch. All right, we need the business stuff. All the files, it couldn't come up with anything. At the end, they were half brothers. And
So he took half the money.
Sent them. Yeah, he sent them. How about this? Sent them to the prison he was a correctional officer at.
Oh shit. He's still there?
I don't know. Plan to visit him soon. I think
That'd
it's in
be nice.
Boston. Yeah, but the thing is that Dane Cook did shows for the district attorney's office in Boston. That's where he's from. So he had
he was
connections
plugged.
to everyone. He's like, they moved that court hearing real quick. And he said when he looked at his brother, it was as if it wasn't even him anymore.
This is a stupid question, but as
I
a
am
comedian. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Thanks,
But I'm
y'all,
turning
for
straight today.
Watching. Do you want, like, I always wanted this from, like, is the goal to be the arena fucking headlining
Good question.
comedian, or because at the end of the day, even the headlining arena comedians always come back to the clubs because the club is the core of it. That's the heart of it, I feel like. And so do you want to just have that experience on your own, or would you rather be like on that level but more so opening, or like I'm just curious.
Great question. I've found the comics that go to theaters and stuff like that, it gets to a point that there's no end to up, and it fucks with them. Dave Attell, comedian, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't do theaters. Doesn't like it. He prefers to make less money. He still makes a shitload. Don't get
Right,
it twisted. He
stays
makes a
booked
lot.
up.
Look, guys, just fucking times $40 times 300 tickets times 5 shows, and then he's keeping 90% of that. Take 10% for his whatever, 5% for that, and minus 40%, and that's what he's getting. He's making, $30,000 to $60,000 a week. He's
To
doing
win.
fine.
Yeah.
Now, I saw Fluffy. He cleared $1 million in one shot. But the point is to live off of it.
Right.
So, like, I was watching an interview with Jimmy Carr. He's from the UK. And he goes, a comic asked me. He's a feature comic. when do you know you made it? He goes, can you pay all your bills with comedy? He goes, yeah. He goes, welcome. You made it. This is it, man.
So it's not necessarily an
The
arena
dream is,
approach.
look, the dream is to make it to the masses. But even Tim brought up a thing. He did Melbourne, Australia. The biggest place you can ever perform at. He's doing the O2 Arena. Like crazy stuff. Once you do it, he goes, as soon as I was done with the show, I go, that's it. He did Carnegie Hall in New York. There's only one thing left, really, Radio City and MSG. He's from New York. Even Bill Burr will tell you he'll never do Fenway Park again. It was a one-time thing. If you do it more than once, then it takes away what was special about it. Even Fluffy, when he did Dodger Stadium, he won't do it again. He paid a late...
Because how do you top it?
You don't. And the way you take away from it is trying to do it again. The next thing to do is to do it on Mars. Like, that's it. But it's about being content. Look, a lot of people don't put currency in having a good situation at home. Gatsby, we need to do a clip of every time I say this fucking line. But there was a conversation I had when I was 21 years old at a bar in Manhattan, and this dude I knew was very rich, and I asked him for advice.
Is it the same guy fucking in the
Bahamas?
Bahamas?
No, in the Bahamas, I wish.
Hey, let me tell you, kid.
He's
You'll
like,
be a fucking star. Let me see your cock.
I think you could take three fingers this time. I'll take off my high school ring. No, I asked him for advice, and I go, hey, as a 21-year-old, what advice did you give me? Because he looked rich. I saw his watch, I saw his shoes, his suit, 3/4 length coat. Very nice. He goes, no amount of success can compensate for failure in the home. What does it matter to make all this money if I'm no king when I'm home, and when I wake up, I'm not him? What does it matter? He goes, Eric, do you think I make a lot of money? I was like, you look, you have a $20,000 watch on. He goes, $30,000.
Oh shit.
He goes, but what's it matter to make all this money and my wife doesn't want a gift from me? What does it matter that I could buy anything and my kids don't want to see me?
It's such a funny conversation. I was having this with Gary V. I name drop.
Shout out to Gary V.
Just at the Super Bowl, actually.
My boy Squeaky Boy.
And we were talking about money, and he was like, man, he's like, all my friends with money, like, it's one of them things where it doesn't matter because it's all about just family and time because all the money can't really buy everything that you need. And then Nicasio, my co-host, jumps in. He's known as the asshole on the show.
Great.
Shout
out to you.
He's like, that's what all the rich people say, though. When you're fucking poor, you need that money. He's like, it's just perspective because, sure, you need the money to get by, but then once you get the money, then what? Because it's almost like you feel like with everything you have nothing. Yeah. So it's really interesting, like, depending on, I guess, just like which spectrum you're on, you know?
I think there is, with anything, balance. And once you get to a certain threshold, you can eat at the restaurant anyone else eats at. You can vacation where everyone eats. You may not get the same suite. What does it matter? You stay in the same hotel.
Yeah.
You're still going to get the same meals. The towels are still going to be the same. The pool is going to be the same. The entrance is still the same. You know, you may be able to get a better seat on a plane. At a certain point, you're maxed out. You know, it's like when Chappelle, you know, left $40 million or $60 million on the docket. He told his kid, he goes, oh, that guy's a billionaire. And he goes, and guess what? We can eat wherever he eats. What's it matter? But I'm here with you guys. To me, that's success. Success is going home and not crying about how successful I am and all the little things I'm missing out on. That's what it is to me. That's truly what it is. If this is all we do, Gatsby, and then we cap out, and this is what we do, and I'm just a feature for the rest of my life, I'm so happy. I'm so ecstatic. My
Cybertruck, the fucking interior is black and not white. I'm pissed.
The Cybertruck doesn't have a helicopter pad. But the thing is, like, what I'm saying is, you drive a Cybertruck, which is nice, but
I'm talking shit. I don't have that.
Well, we don't know yet. We'll go look outside. But
it's on order.
I think once you do that and understand that, you know, right, the thing that's been tossed around so much, but the first person that brought it up was Chrissy D, was, you know, success is the thief of joy. It's a quote from some president in the 1940s, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, comparison is the thief of joy. Stop comparing. Don't worry about anyone else. Mm-hmm. You'll literally live a better life. What everybody else is doing is awful. Paulo Coelho quote, but I always repeat, I do not know the secret of success, but I do know the secret of failure is trying to please everyone.
That's real.
So 100%. Does not matter. If my girl is saying, but this girl, why do you care so much? You are stealing happiness from your own self. Who cares? I'm sorry. Wish we could do something. Guess what? And for those who get you upset, pray for them. Wish that they be better. That's it. You live better. People who don't like me, I appreciate you. At the same time, this is great. I hope that you overcome this need for you to do. And that's really just going for the girl that DM'd me last night.
Everything you just said, you need to make it into a clip with over-modulated piano to where we can barely hear your voice, and then cut it off a little too early and start it a little too late, and you'll go viral on that.
And then put David Goggins on it.
Yeah.
Stay hard.
The same thing the guy at the fucking Bahamas was telling you.
Yeah, dude, stay hard. That's why we need to get sponsored by Blue Chew. Just order a 10-pack, Gatsby.
There you go.
Yeah, dude. We're going to stay rock hard all throughout the summer. Look, to me, the goal is one girl, one home, one car, and not worried about really anyone else.
I want this clip in a year when he has a fucking helicopter and a jet and fucking 3 girls, and he. I want to play.
What I'm saying is, you only need one helicopter, one plane, one girl, 20 kids.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nick Cannon.
Do you have kids?
No kids. I did. The reason I'm in Arizona is because I thought I got a girl pregnant. She lied to me, and 20 hours into driving, her cousin called me and said that she had a miscarriage. Lies, she had an abortion. Later on during the year, she tells me that I have to come clean. That also was not your kid. And the thing is that you were a kid going to college, and the other guy was facing 3 to 5 years on heroin charges. So the origin story is good too.
Okay, so I'll raise you. Before or as I was planning to move to Phoenix, the girl that I was with at the time was like, don't move to Phoenix. She's very like just into Bakersfield. And she like wanted to be there, live there forever. Family's there, that's that. I said, look, I got to go. This is my career. I've been doing this since I was 13. It's a big move. It's a big city. Let's go. She's like, I'm not going to go. And I don't think she thought I was going to bounce. And man, I fucking, packed up, got the U-Haul. Like, I'm leaving. If you're not going to do it, I mean, we could try long distance and figure it out. I don't know. She's like, nah,
Focused.
Go. So I fucking move out here 2 weeks in. He's like, well, I just hope you know I'm pregnant. And I'm like, whoa, what? And I'm like, oh, shit, oh my God. Okay, well, I got to figure this out. I got to step up, be a man. I'm like, look, well, I'm not moving back.
Yeah.
But I will come every weekend.
I got suckered.
And we're going to fucking figure this shit out.
That's good.
And so for a month, I'm trying to communicate. She's acting like she's pissed off, whatever. And then I just stopped hearing from her. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I end up calling. No, she texted me and she's like, hey, got in a car accident, lost the baby. Don't worry about it. Have fun in Phoenix.
What a lying piece of
I'm like, what the fuck?
Holy fuck.
So I call her mom.
She got an abortion because of the 5G.
I call her mom. I'm like, yo, like, what is she good? What happened? She told me she lost a baby in the car accident. She's like, a baby car accident? She's fine. She's not. What? And she, bro, all made up. All a lie.
My God.
To try and just keep me in Bakersfield.
Women are great, dude. I always go back to that line. Women are awesome. Tyler should have been on this podcast, but guess what? You're not, and I got to go to Hi-Fi, and I say things, and it's crazy. Like, people are really like, some people who are new to the bingo thing, and I go B13. No, I go like, if you want to go date R. Kelly, you got to B13. People look at me like,
that's funny.
What? And I go, what is the truth weird to you?
What is the crowd like? I didn't know they did bingo at
dude.
Hi-Fi.
We're packed out all the time, and we do
like they set up tables and shit in there, and they do the whole thing.
Yeah, we have they set up the tables. They have stampers. Like people who don't work come in to go. Tonight's a 50-inch screen TV. And then shout out to Josh Snow. Actually, put up Josh Snow here, Gatsby. I will get you with money eventually. Josh Snow donated over like $300 worth of product for teeth whitening, which I heard on the last episode I'm in need of. Which is fine. Look out for your teeth. With that being said, one more time, Tino Cochino, can you put his Instagram up? Put his put like a cute picture of him, Gatsby. Go to his Instagram, just find a cute one right there. And then go follow him.
I feel like there's going to be cum everywhere.
Oh, we're not that high tech yet. Gatsby would be like, take your shoes off with Rick Glassman.
Yeah.
Gatsby, put your Instagram up there.
You got it.
Put yours next to Tyler. We're going to still show Tyler love and whatever. She's doing other people's podcasts. I got to fucking talk to her about that. No, just kidding.
Don't promote yourself.
Yeah. I'm not even going to shut up. No, they're going to have me as a guest, and I'll make it awesome.
No, this was fun, bro. Thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming in. As always, I'm Eric Bernal. Follow me, Eric Bernal Comedy on Instagram. Drop a like, a comment. Who do you want on here in Arizona or whoever? People are coming in. We're going to try to get some other people. We have some cool announcements coming up. of people that might be on the pod. So they may never happen, but you won't know that because it's all bullshit. As always, guys, name's Eric Bernal. It's the Eric Bernal Show. Do me a favor and go fuck yourself. All right, bye.
Why the AZ is SVO. Jokes aside, the realest when you hear it coming from the Eric Bernal Show. It's Scottsdale. Very own. Get your phone and hear a call. We going up. Now let them know. SVO. Sleepy Hollow.